Good morning. Welcome back to #ZooOpenOnline, our daily Facebook Lives. As you can tell, we are here with Ashish the Rhino, and oh my goodness, he makes the world's greatest noise when he eats. As our keeper, Sarah, says, though, it's super annoying when people do it, but it's super cute when he does it. Oh my gosh, you guys, we are in for quite a treat today. As always, we're going to give you a couple moments to join us and get settled in to meet Ashish. He is our male Indian rhino that we are going to learn all about today. We are so excited. All right, Rachel says, good morning from Max. Hi, Max and Rachel. Thanks for tuning in. Hi, Cindy and Amanda. Hi, Athena and Kaden. Good morning, Donna. Hey to the SEAL team. Thanks for tuning in. Good morning, Michaela. Hi, Isabel, Colton, and Cassidy. Good morning, Anthony, Wyatt, and Carlin. Hi, Grayson. Hello, Hazel. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Oh my goodness, is he not the cutest thing? He is so ready to show off on camera for you guys. So we will get started here in just a moment. As we said, we are inside the rhino holding area to start here, and we'll give you guys some up close with Ashish, and then we're going to let him out. He's got some cool enrichment waiting for him outside, so we are super excited for you guys to see this. Hi, Lucas and Whitney. Hi, Rachel and Will. Hey, Elena. The rhino is her favorite. Yes. Hey, Nico. Hi, Connie and Link. Hi, Maribeth and Sandusky. Hey, Braxton. Hi, Tatum and Trevin. Good morning to the Sherman kids. Kelly says that lip. I totally agree. Totally agree. Hi, Therese. Good morning, Evelyn, Roan, and Marin. They think he's so cute. I agree. Hi, Sophia. Hey, April. Hi, Grayson. Good morning, Stevie. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get started here. I mean, is this the best backdrop ever? I think so. We are, as we said, here in the rhino holding area. We're going to move outside in just a few moments, but we wanted to give you some up-close time with Ashish, our male Indian rhino. Before we get started, our usual morning announcements. That noise is the best! Our usual morning announcements. We are still doing our meals on the go. You can get chicken or beef enchilada casserole this week or stuffed green peppers. It has been going like gangbusters, so get your orders in. You can pick those up today or place your order for Thursday. Just make sure you get your order in by 1 o'clock each day so that they have time to get everything made. Don't forget you can add dessert in the form of already made gourmet cookies, or you can get a cookie decorating kit where you can decorate some animal-shaped sugar cookies yourselves. We also are now doing margaritas. Oh yes, Mom, Dad, you heard me right. Margaritas. Place that order now. ToledoZoo.org/meals-on-the-go. And don't forget about our education classes, ToledoZoo.org/virtual, to get in on those. They're doing exhibit tours, animal meet and greets, gardening tips, how to train your pet, all kinds of different things, and they're always adding to it. So even if you've checked them out, go back and check it out again, because there's more stuff added. And don't miss our social post about noon today. Some pretty exciting new gear for you. Check that out. We'll talk more about it tomorrow, but we wanted to give you guys the sneak inside peek there for tuning in. And as always, we appreciate you tuning in and staying connected with us during this difficult time. We appreciate all the donations that have come in and any that you can still give. You can always give through our Facebook Live feeds, the donate button at the bottom, or you can go to ToledoZoo.org/donate. You can also renew your memberships early, become a Zoo Pal, and also we are going to extend those memberships once we reopen. So you can go ahead and get in on it early and you'll still get the full year's use out of it. All right, guys, it is time to get up close and personal with Ashish. Sarah is our keeper here with us today. Talk to us about this super cute guy.
So Ashish is super cool. He's an Indian rhino, also known as a greater one-horned rhino. Some of the cool stuff about him, I wanted to show you guys inside because he's just so neat up close. He's got this prehensile lip that he can grab stuff with.
And he is totally showing off for us.
So that helps him in the wild because they eat a lot of tall grasses, so he's able to grab the grass and eat that. And then, if you can get close, Corey, you can see his lower incisors. So he's got these 2 incisors, and they just started growing in, and they can get an inch or 2 long. And they use those as a defense. A lot of the other rhino species use their horn as defense, but he uses these teeth, and they're actually quite lethal. And then you guys can see inside his mouth. So his molars are in the back, and then that's because he chews all his grass up back there.
And we hope that you guys can hear him chewing, because that is the absolute best noise. I love it. Oh, I just love it.
So we've trained him to do a lot of stuff. I mean, the open mouth behavior is convenient to see inside his mouth. We also have a behavior where we have trained him to put a GoPro in so we can get a really good look at his teeth. A fun behavior that I can show you, he started throwing his toys out, so we started rewarding it, and now he does retrieval. Look at it. So it's very similar to a dog getting his ball. Good boy, pick it up. Good boy. Bring it here. Come here. Good. Give it to me. You gonna play with it? Good. Bring it here.
Oh, so good.
No, buddy, pick it up. You can get a good look at his feet now, too. They're very dinosaur-like to me. Here, give me it. Oh, my goodness. So they have the 3 toes, 3 nails. Good. All right. Good boy.
Good job. Oh, yeah. And he gets an apple reward for that one, huh? And we get to hear the best noise ever.
So they do have very good hearing, sense of smell. He's really interested in your camera. Their eyesight's not the best, but I mean, it's pretty good.
And what treats are you giving him here today?
I'm giving him carrots and apples, and then we have a pelleted diet that we give him too. It's just similar to what we give elephants.
Very nice. All right, let's take a few questions here. Slade would like to know if this type of rhino is endangered.
They are, right now they're threatened. They did get as low as 100 to 200 in the wild, but they are back up to around 3,000. So there are a lot of efforts to help them.
And just to recap, he is an Indian rhino.
Yes. And
he is our male, and he's the only one that we have here right now. How old is he?
Correct. He's 5, and he'll be 6 in August. August 31st is his birthday.
And we have a hi, Aunt Sarah from Ted and Owen.
Oh, hi, Ted and Owen.
So we want to make sure we get those in. Cooper wants to know if those are Cheetos that you're giving him, but no, they're carrots, right? All right. Let's see here. Scarlett from Monroe would like to know, what is his horn made of?
His horn it's like, so it's keratin, and it's the same material that our fingernails are made out of. So it's really compressed like hairs.
And it will continue to grow, right?
Yes. And his horn can get up to 2 feet long. Wow. He likes to rub it down so it's kind of a nubbin. So it's hard to say if his will get that big, if he'll let it grow.
And it looks very smooth, must be from his rubbing on it.
Yes, yes.
Very cool. All right. And Charlotte wants to know why they have black eyes and not colored eyes like we do.
I don't know, Charlotte. I don't know if that's just how they are.
We might have to Google that one, Charlotte. You've stumped us, but we'll try for you here. How long will it take for the horn to grow in fully if he didn't rub it down?
So they're fully mature around 10 to 15 years old. So, but they continuously grow. So.
And Sophia wants to know, does he have any hair?
Hair, yes. Along the tips of his ears, he has hair, and then at the bottom of his tail.
All right. Angie says, how cute. We agree. And Emily, she said he is 5 going on 6. Coming up soon.
Coming up August, yeah.
All right. And Jessica wants to know, what's his favorite thing to eat?
His favorite is his pelleted diet. We do a lot of training. He has a chute that he goes in, and we found the best thing that he works for is the pellets. He likes the carrots and apples too, but the pellets is like the high reward.
That's the high reward stuff. And Ainsley, his name is Ashish, Aashish. And Sarah, do you know what that means or why that was chosen?
It does. It means blessing.
Aww.
So that was chosen for him.
Very nice. And Bryn wants to know, what does his skin feel like?
It's kind of rough. He has the plates, what looks like a plate, like armor. But then you can see in the folds of his skin is really soft. Come here, buddy. So like in these folds, it's softer. Around his ears, it's softer. Like in between the spaces of the armor, it's really soft.
Very cool. And about how long do you think he is?
He's probably about 9 or 10 feet long. They can get 11 or 12, the males.
Wow. And how much does he weigh right now?
Right now he weighs 3,500 pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah, what he can get 5,000. There's some that are 6,000. The males.
Oh
so
my goodness.
He's about the size of a adult female right now. That's how big they would get. But the males get.
He's still got some growing to do. Wow, that's amazing.
And then he's about 5 feet at the shoulders, and they can get up to 6 feet. So a little over.
Very cool. Well, what else would you like us to know before we move outside to see him in his exhibit?
I think we're good to go.
All right. Well, then we are going to go outside, and Ashish will be joining us momentarily. We have another keeper, Dave, who's going to let Ashish out. And they've set up some enrichment for him. So we will be able to see him in action, too. Oh, he gets some of the pellets before we leave, guys. All right, we're going to follow Sarah on out here. All right, guys, bear with us just a second. We are going from the keeper area out to the public area. Give us just a moment here. All right.
While we're walking, let me thank our volunteers for making us masks. This is Ashish's favorite mask.
Very much so, yes. And if you guys can't see, it does say Save the Rhinos on it. Super cute. So yes, the zoo volunteers have done an amazing job making hundreds of masks to keep our staff safe. So we really appreciate that.
Yes, they're so much more comfortable than the papery ones.
Yes. So we have just come back from the keeper area to the public area. And this is where you guys would come in Tembo Trail to see Ashish. And so he'll be coming out here momentarily. Tell us what you have set up for him, Sarah.
So I set up some cardboard boxes for him. There's some hay in it. There's some apple pieces. There's some of his pellets. And then there's also the hay kind of spread around in different places. There's a barrel over here hanging that we put up, and that's just an enrichment item. And we put pellets in that. And then there's holes in the bottom of the barrel. He likes to bang on the barrel and the pellets come out.
All right, and there he is. Let's see what he's going to go to first here. Gonna give it a good sniff. Oh yeah. All right, let's take some questions while he goes here. Roland wants to know what he eats in the wild.
In the wild, they eat tall grasses. So they live in the grasslands, and it's like 6 feet tall grass. So he has that prehensile lip to grab the grass. They'll also eat shrubs. They like to be in the water, so they'll eat some aquatic plants, and then some fruits.
All right. And Sheena and Corey would both like to know, how fast can they run?
They can get up to 30 or 35 miles per hour, so they can get going pretty quick.
All right. And Matthew, can you recap for Matthew how much he weighs?
He weighs 3,500 pounds.
All right. And Blair wants to know, where did our Rhino come from?
Oh, he came down from southern Ohio. So he came, the wild's down there. If anyone has been there, it's super cool. They have huge acres of space. His mom is still down there. They leave their mom pretty early on, and they're solitary animals, so it was time for him to go. So he came here.
And Dylan asks, how long do they live?
They can live 40 to 45 years. I think the oldest one was like 47 in the zoo.
And Carlin would like to know, how big are baby rhinos?
Baby rhino, I bet they're, I'm not 100% sure. I bet they're like 100 pounds-ish.
Okay. And the average weight for a full-grown male, you said, was between 5,000 and 6,000 pounds?
Yeah, so he has some growing to do.
He does. Wow, that's awesome. All right. And Bentley and Hunter would like to know, about how much does he eat in a day?
A day. He gets just over a bale of hay. So that's a rectangle bale. So it's about 50 pounds of hay, and then some of the like 15 pounds of the pellets.
Okay. And what enrichment activities do we do with Ashish?
The barrel he really enjoys. We have a lot of toys that we can put treats in that he'll roll around. Also the training we do with him. He loves people. Like, ever since he got here, we've been bringing people in the barn to see him, and it's just, he really likes the attention. So all that is just enriching for him.
Very cool. And Elias wants to know, how many teeth does he have? You showed us his mouth inside. How many teeth are in there?
He has the 2 incisors on the bottom, and then I'm not sure how many molars there are. I can tell you a kind of a cool fact is they have like a baby teeth, and we've found several that have come out, and he's getting his adult teeth. So.
And are their teeth sharp?
Just those incisors, because they use those as a defense.
All right. And tell us again what his name means.
His name means blessing.
And his name is Ashish. Aashish. All right. Let's see. Shelly wants to know, is he lonely or do they prefer living alone?
They are solitary, so they prefer being alone. In the wild, they'll kind of gather to like eat or drink, but most of the time they're solitary. They find in zoos, a lot of them will fight if they're in too close to quarters. So he's okay on his own.
He's a good bachelor dude, huh?
Yep.
And Shelly asks, is there a wife in his future?
Not immediate future. I guess I can't answer that. I'm not sure. I hope. That would be cool. Right now we don't have the space for a female, and like I said, you know, them being solitary, they would fight. The males and females, you know, really just come together to breed, and then, you know, they don't hang out together. They don't date. You know.
Good point.
So we don't have the space right now, so maybe, you know, in the future that would be something we could do.
And Rebecca asks, does he have any siblings?
He does. Gosh, I think he has a sister in Denver. I think he has a brother out in Oregon. And then his mom might have just had another this year.
Oh, wow. Cool. And Drew would like to know, does he get in the water?
He does. So they like the water a lot. He will submerge mostly on warm days. He'll like to hang out. So if you're walking by and you're like, where's the rhino? He's probably in the moat and you just didn't notice him. Oh, there he goes with his barrel. But yeah, they like to hang out in the water.
Very cool. And Alex asks, what age is an Indian rhino full grown?
Full grown. So like sexual maturity is about 10 or 15 years old. It can be sooner in zoos, but I would probably around then is when he's going to reach his full height and weight.
And Kaylin asks, how do I become a zookeeper like you? What kind of education do I need?
I would say just get involved with your zoo, get some experience, and then when you go to college, do some sort of science background, but stay involved in a zoo. And because the best experience you're going to get, and you know, zoos are going to want to hire people that have been involved and kind of know what's going on.
Awesome. And Cal wants to know if he plays more when he's outside or inside.
I mean, it's very similar because it's, you know, he plays with his toys until he gets bored and then he lays down. He does the same thing in and out. So he likes both.
And Therese asks, is there a specific time that you feed him or give him enrichment every day that they can see when the zoo is open?
Yeah, so first thing, I guess outside would be, you know, he's out at 10, and it's like right now, he has all of his main stuff. Usually after lunch, at some point, you know, around 1 or 1:30, if he's eaten most of his stuff, we'll give him some more. And then at the end of the day, around 4, he probably gets the rest of his diet.
All right, so those are the times to stop by and see Ashish. He is in Tembo Trail. And yes, you could definitely hear him if you were coming down the path here as he's beating on the barrel to get those treats out. Isabel asks, does he have predators?
Mostly humans. Like, that's their biggest predator. They're hunted for their horn. So there's been a lot of laws and stuff, you know, trying to change that. The other predators they do have, tigers, and mostly tigers will get the young, the really little ones that are left alone. And then some of the like diseases they can get from insects, like ticks and leeches that they get.
Okay. And Ellie, age 6, how does he sleep?
He just lays down. Sometimes he'll lay on his legs crouched down, and sometimes he full on lays out on his side, and it's just like, oh, you're really tired today.
Aww. And let's see here, next question. Trevin wants to know, how strong is his bite?
His bite's pretty strong because he's got to be able to grab a hold and pull that grass. So it's pretty strong. And even like feeding him, you know, the carrots and the handfuls of stuff, you can feel him gripping on it. So you have to be careful.
And Jack wants to know, is his horn still growing or did we trim it?
It's still growing. It'll continuously grow. He rubs it down. We haven't done anything to his horn. And it'll grow throughout his life. And, you know, it can get up to 2 feet long. So hopefully.
But he maintains it himself.
He does. He does everything.
Aww. And Paxton wants to know, does he like to swim? You mentioned that they go in the water. Does he specifically like it?
Yeah, he does. He likes to swim. They're actually very good swimmers. On really hot days, if we get the hose out, he'll start playing in the hose and just running up and down the moat. It's really cute to see.
Aww. We'll have to see if we can get some video of that to share with you guys. And Charlie wants to know, is he the only rhino here at the zoo?
He is. He's the only rhino right now at the zoo.
All right. And Sawyer would like to know, how many hours of sleep does he need?
He sleeps quite a bit. They usually hunker down and rest during the day. So they'll, you know, be up in the morning to eat and stuff, and then they'll hunker down for the day and rest, and then they'll eat again in the evening when it's cooler, and then sleep all night. So that's quite a bit.
Where are they found in the wild?
And so they're mostly in northern India and Nepal.
All right. And Camden says it looks like he's wearing armor. Is that just wrinkly skin?
It does. They call it an armor. I mean, it is his skin. You can kind of see the folds. It's a little bit pinker on the inside, and it's softer in there.
All right. And Isabel asks, how big are his feet? You mentioned they're kind of dinosaur looking.
They are very
but how big are they?
Gosh, they're probably like a dinner plate size.
Oh, wow.
Is that?
That's a good one, yeah. Clayton, age 3, is wondering, why do rhinos have horns?
The other rhinos have the horns for defense. They'll use them to ward stuff off. And I'm sure that the Indians, you know, ward off predators with that too, but they mostly use their incisors.
All right. And Bryn wants to know, how often can female rhinos have babies?
Oh, that's a good question. I think it's every like 3 to 4 years.
Okay. And Aaliyah wants to know if you guys ever give him a bath.
We do. He enjoys it, and we also we have a sudsy soap that's animal friendly that we also use on the elephants, and he enjoys that too.
So he likes a bubble bath.
Yeah, he does.
This guy is all about his appearance. He's going to keep his own horn trimmed up, and he's going to enjoy his bubble baths.
We also give him a mineral oil bath in the winters. His skin tends to get really dry, and then if he just bumps something, it tends to like crack or get a little scrape. So we'll oil him up so he's nice and smooth.
And he likes that too, huh? All right, good to know. All right, and Rebecca asks, does he eat strawberries?
Yeah, he likes strawberries.
All right. And Ashton wants to know about how long is his horn right now?
Right now, gosh, I'd say 3 inches or so. It's not very long.
Not too long. As she said earlier, it's kind of a little nubbin.
It is.
I love it. All right. And let's see here. Awesome. Scrolling through your questions. Oh, John wants to know, does he like to be out in the rain?
He actually doesn't mind the rain, and a lot of times when it rains, he gets in the pool too. So...
extra water.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's like, oh, might as well get in.
And Mariah asks, do hyenas hunt rhinos?
No, our hyenas are in Africa. So, well, I guess I don't know if they hunt. They might hunt the smaller African rhinos, the whites and the black rhinos.
But Ashish is an Indian rhino, and you said he would be found in the wild in India and Nepal.
Correct.
All right. And Alex wants to know, how tough is his skin?
It is really tough. We give him injections like like your dog would get, or people get. He does get vaccinations, and we try and do that in the soft spots. We draw blood from the inside of a leg, where it's a little softer down there too. But his skin is very thick.
And Morgan and Bennett want to know, does he vocalize?
Oh, that is a good question. I forgot about that. Yeah, he actually does. In the wild, they've known to have like 10 different vocalizations. We've heard a couple. And it's usually when he gets pretty antsy. You're setting up a stall with food, and he wants to come over, and it kind of sounds like a little sneeze, like he's just like, and he like grunt, like moos, kind of like a rah, rah. But it's really cute.
Oh, that sounds awesome. I love it. And what is his favorite food? What did you say?
Oh, those pellets that we give, the pelleted diet. That's what he works best for training new behaviors and stuff. That seems to be the high reward.
And you said despite their size, they can move pretty quickly.
Yeah, they can get up to 35 miles running. Wow. Miles per hour.
Livia, age 9, would like to know if he's mean.
No, he's very sweet, actually. They're so big and they spook easy, so I wouldn't want to be in the same space as him necessarily, because anything, especially when he first got here, little stuff would just spook him, and he would just move super fast and turn. But he loves attention. He's the only animal here that he will like solicit rubs, like he wants to be rubbed down. Most of the other animals I've worked with, if you don't have food, they don't really want anything to do with you. But he's very cool.
He likes the attention. And Sue wants to know, do they have to get their toenails trimmed?
Oh yeah, we trim them not very often. He wears them down walking around, but we do have to trim. Him being on the concrete, they kind of wear different. So we are able to throw him. We have a chute that we put him in, and he does present all his feet. So we are able to do footwork on him.
Very nice. And can keepers get in close contact with him, like inside the enclosure, or are you always doing protected contact?
We're always doing protected contact. I kind of mentioned earlier, they spook pretty easy. So to be in the same space and for him to spook, he might not be trying to hurt you, but he might accidentally hurt somebody.
And at 3,500 pounds, he can hurt you pretty easily. He's pretty big. Yeah. And Claire wants to know, what's the best time of day to come visit Ashish?
I would say the morning. he's really active, you know, from 10 to 11:30 or 12, and then he kind of just, you know, he'll get in the pool or he'll kind of lay down, and then at the end of the day he kind of starts getting up because he knows it's time to go in to eat.
And Stephanie wants to know, is he able to climb up on the higher areas, or does he stay more on the flatter land because of his size?
He can go in the higher areas where the logs are. It's kind of it's hot wired off, so he can't get to those logs and start pushing them off the top, but he does go up there. He also has a run in the back that you guys can't see, and I wish people could see it because he's made his own wallow back there, just a big muddy mess, and he loves that. And we've tried to make him wallows up front, and he has no interest, but he loves that in the back.
If you guys tuned in I don't even know how long ago it was that we did the dingo walk and talk. We went behind Ashish's exhibit, and he was running through the mud right when we went by. It was so cool.
It's great.
Yeah, that's really, really fun. And let's recap for Kane. He missed the beginning here. Talk to us about how old Ashish is, where he came from, basically all his basics.
Okay, so Ashish is 5 years old. His birthday's in August. He came from the wilds, which is down in southern Ohio. And he's been here about 2 years. Oh, I think May is 2 years for him.
Wow. And Austin, age 4, wants to know if rhinos understand human words like training commands.
They do because we teach it to them. So yeah, so it's pretty much like your dog. You know, you show them how to sit, you reward them for sitting, and then you pair that word with it so that they're learning that word means sit. They get a treat for doing it.
And Margaret wants to know, do you ever give him balls to play with?
Yes. Oh, he loves, yeah. So he has a big plastic ball that he loves to push around the exhibit. He's got smaller balls that we've put holes in, and we put treats in it, and he'll hit that around and get all the treats out. And it's funny because we gave him a pumpkin one time, like for his first time here, and he just started pushing it around like he was trying to get the treats out. And we're like, oh, you can eat that. Eat all. He finally did, but it was really funny to watch.
That is fun. And Soren, age 4, wants to know, do you feed him blueberries? And if so, how many would he eat?
I bet he would eat a whole tub of those. We don't really feed him too much fruit. We kind of keep him on a strict diet of the hay and the pellets, but I'm sure he would eat some blueberries.
And you mentioned that he likes attention from people. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's just an Ashish thing or an Indian rhino thing, or?
You know, I'm not sure. I haven't worked with any other Indian rhinos. I have heard that, you know, they do behind the scenes tours with them at other facilities, and I don't know if it's a him thing or an all of them. But we do tours too, so once we open back up, you get to come if you sign up for a behind the scenes tour, you can come back like we were in the beginning of the video, and you actually get to feed him. So
yeah, if you guys would like to do that, it is so very cool. Corey and I actually had an opportunity to do that one time, and it is super neat. So yeah, if you'd like to do that, when the zoo opens back up, you can go to toledozoo.org to book your behind the scenes tour and get up close and personal with Ashish and learn a little bit more about him, because yes, as Noah said, he is so cool.
He is so cool.
He is super, super cool. All right, and Dennis wants to know, has he ever tried to attack a zookeeper or shown any malice?
No, he hasn't. The only type, when he was first here, I'd see he charged at this guy he had a big, huge camera, and they were doing a news thing on him, and he charged the camera. But it was like he charged it and then stopped right before he got there. That's the only type of, really aggressive thing I've really seen.
So he's not so much a paparazzi.
No.
He's a people rhino, not a paparazzi
right.
rhino.
He doesn't like all the contraptions.
Things that
he's never seen.
Things that we're learning about Ashish today. And Ashton wants to know, what do you do for a rhino's birthday?
For his birthday, we'll probably put some special enrichment out, give him some extra treats, and just have fun with it.
Very cool. All right, guys. Well, oh, yep, Ashish is
goes.
walking away. So I think we will end it there today. And thank you all so very much for joining us here today. Thanks to Sarah for telling
you're
us all
welcome.
about Ashish. And hopefully when the zoo reopens, you guys will come all the way back to the far end of Tembo Trail and visit Ashish, because he's so cool and you all want to hear him eat. If you didn't hear that at the beginning, you totally missed out. Go back and watch it, because that is one of the coolest noises. So thank you guys so much for joining us. We will see you again tomorrow.